motherfuckers, don't fuck with me. Are you mad? Yo, man, I'm actually buzzing my tits off, bruv. Yeah. You know, my head is so cold right now. I feel like I got a brain freeze. Wow, because it's that cold, bro. It's that cold, bro. Man's got brain freeze, bro. I said I was gonna come in here calm. I got brain freeze, bro. What the hell was that? What was that? Huh? Cole Palmer, joint top goal scorer in the Premier League with Erling Haaland? The main creator and facilitator at Chelsea Football Club in his debut season? And we're meant to normalize this? Come on now, guys. It's about time. It's about time we get serious here. This individual is absolutely spearheading this football club to safety. just maybe even European football. But this kid it's not normal what he's doing at 21 years old, guys. It's not normal at all. To step into this cauldron, to step into this clusterfuck of a football club and perform like this on a weekly basis, where you can only really count about maybe 5 off days. 5 off days, you could say, yeah, he wasn't at the races. He wasn't very good. But apart from that, in the big moments, in the pressure moments, he is stepping up. And he's giving you some shine and some gloss on top. This guy is giving you the eye test, not just the goals, not just the stat padding. This guy is giving you the flicks and tricks. He's giving you the cheeky nutmegs. It is ridiculous. And I will not normalize it. I will not normalize it. I will not make it seem like it isn't something to absolutely stand up and give it just stand up and give a standing ovation to this kid today, because we are winning this game comfortably because of him. He just was that good. He was just that good, because we could have had all the pretty football without the end products, and he brought it. He really brought it. He's playing in that 10 today. Not his usual position, but he's vacated for Noni, who Noni was really good today as well. Big shout out to Noni Madueke. Brilliant performance on that right-hand side. It was just all clicking over there. But for this guy to just come in this season and just put down numbers, no excuses, no adaptation, no rehabilitation, no I'm young, I need time. Standard. He has set it immediately. He has immediately set the standard. And he's shown maturity, leadership qualities in the pressure moments when others are putting him under pressure. He's still staying ice cold, still staying calm. It is a real honor to see this debut season from Cole Palmer, and I hope that it amounts to something. But tonight, we got a 6-0 win, and it starts with him. It really does start with him. That first goal, you know, the back heel, the link up with Jackson, the finish, it's all perfect, guys. It's all perfect. And people are going to start doing the comparisons thing, and they're going to start putting him in certain conversations, and they're going to start obviously doing that. But I don't want to open him up to any slander, and I don't want to open him up to any backlash. So what I'm going to do is just say that this kid, he's Cole Palmer. He's just Cole Palmer. He's just Cole Palmer. That's just what he does. That's what he does. Don't compare him to nobody. He is him, bro. He is him. He is his own name. Unbelievable performance, man. The second goal obviously is I mean, wow. It's actually, you know, it's actually a tap-in, because Jackson gets his shot off and it's just saved by the keeper and he follows it in. But even that in itself, those are the little details that I want to talk about, because we can talk about we've seen the back heels, we've seen the skill, we've seen him put players on the floor, we've seen the IQ, the passing range, all of that great stuff. But actually following in a shot, how many times this season, or just in general in the last couple of years, are we seeing not enough players following in shots, not enough players arriving in the box like certain man used to do in the past, you know? and they actually used to follow their shots in. And we used to get those scrappy goals and those ugly goals. I love those goals too. As much as I love the long shots, I love the goals where someone took a shot, the keeper saved it, and you followed it in because you used your fucking brain, bro. Use your brain. That's what this sport is about. It's about using your brain. Not every goal is going to be fancy. Not every goal is going to be, you know, tiki-taka. Not every single goal is going to be a 30-yard ranger free kick. Follow your damn, follow your run. Follow what your pass is. You played your pass, follow it. Attack the space, attack the box, the determination, the drive to do that, to not be ball watching, to not be lazy. These are the things we cannot take for granted. So many players, they just be, oh, I've made my pass now, I don't need to think about it. I've done this, I don't need to think about it. No, do more. Go again. Follow your pass. Arrive in the box. So if the goalkeeper does make that type of save, where it's not the cleanest, I'm not seeing Braithwaite come and clear it. I'm not seeing Tarkowski come and clear it. No, I'm seeing one of my players follow that in and tap that in. 100%. That's what I'm trying to see. 100%. That's what I'm trying to see. And then, listen, his third goal obviously is it's not even, I mean, it's 4 goals. So I called him a hat-trick hero, but brother's got 4 goals tonight, bruv. What do you call that? Is there a term for that? A quad? Guys, help me out. Hat-trick hero, what do you call 4? Messi scored 4 one time, bro. What do you call that? Anybody got a name for that? 4 goals, bruv. Man just remembered. He got 4, not 3, 4 goals. A quad trick. What do you call that? A quad trick? A double brace? What are we gonna name it? I mean, Pickford for the third goal is, listen, for his third goal, I don't know what Pickford's doing, man. I don't know what Pickford's doing. I don't know what a quad trick. I don't even know. We're gonna figure it out. I'll figure it out and change the title later on because we need to make it clear that it was 4 goals today. I don't want anybody to be sleeping on this. But yeah, his third goal, obviously, Pickford's made a mess of it, and I don't know what he's doing to this day. And I have questioned for quite some time that I'm not sure about this guy for England, number one. I've never been 200% on it because that's just brain fart. But to do that on your weaker foot, to score from that far out on your weaker foot, you know, and just take it instinct, no time to really settle and, you know, pick your spot. No, go for it immediately. He's done it, and he scored the perfect hat trick. He scored the perfect hat trick, and that is, you know, you can't ask for much more than that. And again, it's not like as if he's stat padding. Yes, people will see the penalties, but what if you're just checking it? If you're just tuning in now and you're only just seeing it, this guy in general open play is creating for others. He is our leading chance creator. I don't need the stats. I don't need to go on the websites. I'm watching the football. This guy is the guy that we go to for chance creation. Gusto gives us a couple crosses here and there. There'll be some others, but this is the guy that is creating the majority of our chances. They are coming through and from him. So to be leading in both metrics for us, crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I mean, listen, before I get to the penalty, because I'm going to kind of leave the penalty to the back end, because the penalty is a little bit of a debate. It's a discussion. Some people don't want to hear it because obviously they just want to enjoy the win. But I will talk about it because I do feel like it needs to be addressed. But I'll leave it to the end because I want to keep waxing lyrical. Cole Palmer, man in the match. It's not a conversation. It's not a deliberation. It's not a debate. It's nothing. This guy needs to be in Team of the Year, and he needs to be picking up an award. So whatever rivals had planned for their certain individuals that they want to talk about this season, you need to make some space in the conversation for Cole Palmer. I don't want to hear that Chelsea are 8th, 9th, 12th. I don't give a fuck. I don't care where Chelsea are in the table. From an individualistic standpoint, because that is an individual award, he needs to be in the conversation and he needs to be picking up something because he is one of the best players in the Premier League this season. Period. It's not up for debate. It's not up for discretion. It's a fact. We're not going to do results-based analysis. We're not going to do table-based analysis. He is one of the best players in the Premier League this season, bar none. Nobody can dispute it. So I need to see him for some awards because he needs it. He deserves it, and he needs it. When you're joint top goal scorer with Haaland and you're above Watkins and you're above Isak and you're above Solanke and you're above all these guys, strikers, by the way, now you really gonna show some respect. Now you're really gonna show some respect. To be doing this in a team as dysfunctional and as discombobulated as ours, it needs even extra respect. You're not even doing this in stable conditions. You're not even doing this in a team that has everything going for it in terms of the manager or the tactics or the system or the leadership qualities or the form or the confidence, the momentum. Scrap all that. Doesn't exist. So to do this in a great team is an incredible achievement. To do this in a mid-table team, oh, it's incredible. So that's all I got to say on Cole Palmer to the penalty. Unbelievable performance. I also want to say in this front line today with 6 goals, Madueke, Palmer, and Jackson, fantastic. I think Mudryk today, not on the same level as those guys. I'm gonna keep it a buck. For me, not as many moments for him. Still at times involved, but just nowhere near the level. If we're talking about what Madueke did today, what Jackson was doing today, they were head and shoulders above. Madueke, we saw Pochettino speaking in the pre-match press conference about trying to find space for both these guys. And I put my hands up. In the pre-match, I didn't even have Madueke in the team in my pre-match, because I said, and I say it many times, Cole Palmer and Gusto have got something so good that I don't want to touch it. I don't want to risk it. I've got PTSD. The rest of the team is on its arse. It's all over the place. We don't know who plays. There's no guarantees. So if that part of the pitch is good, I'm going to leave it. However, Pochettino took a risk and he's trying to get Madueke into this team. And today it paid off. Today it really paid off, because you moved Palmer and it may have been a back-to-back not so great performance out of his usual position in the 10. But it wasn't, and Madueke was shelling out. Every time Madueke got the ball today, he went straight for his defender, straight for his fullback, and he ripped the shit out of him. And he did not let up. And that is what I want to see from a winger. We are in a time where wingers are recyclers. Shout out to the recyclers, yeah? Global warming and all that, yeah? Shout out to the recyclers. But I want my wingers to attack their fullbacks. That is your job. That is what wing play is all about. You are the risk taker. You are the skill. You are the excitement. You get the crowd off their seat. That's your job. That's your job description. It's not an option for you. That is your life. That's what you did when you were 7, 8, 9, 10 in this position. So Madueke, keep attacking your fullback like you did today. Don't ever change. Don't ever stop, because he always goes past his fullback. And then after that, it's just brushing up on finer details. We're starting to see the shot, the power in the shot, the varieties of the shot. We're seeing a little bit of better decision making. We're definitely seeing some improvement off the ball, some better defensive contribution. But the main thing that he guarantees is 1v1. He is killing. He is killing people. He's a 1v1 demon. I'm bringing it back. He is a 1v1 demon. I said it about Hudson-Odoi before his injury, but that context gets lost on people, so I'm going to hold that. But Madueke is a 1v1 demon. He's a 1v1 demon. He puts people on their asses, and that's very important. Against low blocks, against sturdy defenses that are very rigid and very compact, you need people that can put bums on the floor, bruv, and that's what he does. So very, very, very impressed. Let's see what's going on in the chat. But very happy with that right-hand side. Someone said I ruined it. Very happy. Listen, you got to take risks in life. You got to take risks. And I'm taking that risk. But I'm pretty confident to call him a 1v1 demon. Now, if, touch wood, this never happens, if he ever picks up an injury, you need to apply the context, right? Don't do me dirty, guys. So unbelievable. And then obviously Jackson, just to finish off the attacking kind of talk, because 6-0, we've got to start with the attackers, man. It would be wrong if we didn't. I was always happy with Jackson's performance. The hold-up play, the link-up play, the selflessness today to tee up teammates and to play passes and to look for others. He's very selfless, and I love that, because he's not an elite finisher, so you got to be selfless. But his goal, guys, I've prayed for days like this. I've prayed for days like this. He's frustrating. Don't get me wrong in front of goal. I get the frustrations, but he's in his first season. And I want people to remember this because certain other men are in their second season. Yeah. And they get their defense and they get their backing. Doesn't matter how many times they miss big chances or what charts or statistics they lead. This brother here is Chelsea's only striker, because I'm not going to count Washington because he can barely get in, but thankfully he got something today. He is Chelsea's only striker, so he's got to be durable. He plays every game, most of the time the full 90 as well. He doesn't get rotated in a 5-man front line with Gakpo, Jota, Nunes, all these options. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. You know, he has to play every single week under the pressure, up front, with no bedding in time, no adaptation, no accumulation, no, straight in every week. And he's improving. And it's about time he needs to get some respect. I'm not saying he's polished or perfect, but this guy holds up the ball, he links up the play, he has a lovely weight of pass, and he carries the ball very well. So all he's really missing is the finishing. And God help people if he gets that. If he gets this finishing, y'all in trouble, because too much disrespect. I called him the baby Jesus, just to keep it hush hush, and people thought that was that was disrespectful. That finish was unbelievable, man. That finish was so good, unbelievable finish for his goal. Takes it so well, left foot, takes that touch, swivels, right foot, knocks it into the corner. Very, very good. What's his statistics this season actually in the Premier League, just to check on it, because every striker should have targets. He's on 10 goals, non-penalty, of course. If he can get 15, that would have been like brilliant starting point. Don't know if he's going to quite get there, but he's still got games to go. Probably why he's trying to get that penalty. But we got 6 games left. It'd be difficult for him to get it, but let's see if he can get there. But yeah, really, really good goal. Very, very happy with that. And listen, it's frustrating, of course, that at times he's going to miss chances, but this is part of his development path, and that's why it's always good to have a more experienced, more seasoned veteran in front of him, even if it was just an Olivier Giroud. Like, I'm not even talking about your world-class Diego Costas and Drogba's, and I'm talking about just a Giroud. If he had a Giroud in this squad to just give him a bit of help, a bit of time, life would be a lot easier for him. But he doesn't have that, so he has to plow on and he has to make it work. But when you are the focal point, when you're in a poor performing team, you will get a lot more of the microscope on you. And I'm telling you now, if this forward was in a top team and he was not just, 35 million and he's just a rotational striker, which is what that price actually demands, no one's slandering Jackson like this season. They're just not. How many goals is say someone like Trossard, who's a fantastic finisher, by the way, but he's a rotational guy, similar price, 8 Premier League goals this season. 8 Premier League goals. 8. But this is what it's like. This is the difference. The way that people will be portrayed is very different because the responsibility is not the same. And this is the same argument I made for Saka when I was talking about Saka having all the responsibility at Arsenal week in, week out, every single game, as opposed to Foden, who was a rotational player last year and didn't have the pressure. When you are a rotational striker in a 4-5 group of man, you don't have the pressure. I'm sorry, you just don't. You can miss chances, especially if your team's constantly creating, because you could just be subbed off on 60 and in comes the other man. He does not have that luxury. Remember this. He does not have that luxury. He has to play every game. 35 million. For me, it's an investment that I don't think it's a bad one. I think he's going to turn out to be a good player. He's just got to keep going and he's got to fix up on that finishing. But that was a great goal today, so I'll keep flying that flag for him. Caicedo and Gallagher brilliant today as well, especially on the ball. Very press resistant, very, very good, balanced. I know people are going to use that as an opportunity to come for Enzo, but I ain't going to waste time on that tonight because we just won 6-0. Like, I ain't got time to be doing up slander and agendas. But let them do that. For me, just really impressed with the performance, man. Caicedo brilliant today. Gallagher brilliant today. kept things ticking, press resistant, scanning, looking around you, moving the ball, progressing it. I think Caicedo was involved in one of the goals, 6 of them. So excuse me if I don't remember which one. If it was the first or the second, I think it might have been the second goal. Pressed up the pitch wonderfully well and just, carried it into Madueke, and then it goes from there into Jackson and into Palmer. So really, really happy with him. And I'm glad it was a full 90 as well. Like, it wasn't a great start and then a mistake and then people will clip that and take that to Twitter. Just a proper performance all the way through, no problems. So he needed that. Now, obviously, defensively, I ain't even going to lie. Like, 6-0, we're lucky. We're lucky we didn't concede a couple goals. We are lucky. There were some big chances today for Beto. If he could have kept his arse on side, he would have got a goal as well. And we're a bit fortunate, man, because the set pieces today, it was mad. Like, we really couldn't compete on set pieces, and it's something that we need to fix for next season. Like, Chelsea traditionally, unanimously, defensively are good on set pieces, man. We got strong team in the past. We got warriors back there. I can go through all the names in the world. You already know who I'm talking about. Proper people on set pieces, going forward and defensively. Whether you go from Luiz to Cahill to Terry to Carvalho to Alex to Gallas to Ivanovic to, bruv, I'll keep going. Drogba as well. Like, we just are meant to be a strong team. We need to look at that in the summer. We're too weak. We're too weak, and it's not good enough on set pieces. Like, because today we were just hoping and praying, bruv. Every cross that comes in, every corner, we just pray. We're outnumbered on Braithwaite. We're outnumbered with Onana. We're outnumbered on Tarkowski. We're outnumbered with Beto. Who else is there? Decora. Bruv, just too much. Too many players. So we got lucky on that one. There was a lot of moments, but thankfully we got the clean sheet and we keep it moving. Who else was there today? Cucurella putting a good cross. Chilwell off the bench, nice shot, which fell for Gilchrist. What a finish from Gilchrist, by the way. Really, really good finish from a young academy product. So big him up. First goal for the club. Obviously, Cobham is going to mean a lot. He's going to probably shed a couple of tears, I'm pretty sure, in the celebrations. So buzzing for him. It would have been great to see George, but we at least got Washington. So I think it's important that we use this as an opportunity to see some talent, because Jackson's, I don't know when it's going to reset, but he's 1 yellow card away from a suspension. I think Caicedo is as well. So we might be forced to play these players. So it's better that we use them for 5-10 minutes, let them slowly try and find some sort of chemistry with the rest of the players that they could be playing with very, very soon. I've got my eye on Big Six. You don't need to worry. It never starts on time anyway. No one is back there. There's definitely people that are not there yet. So we will be there. Don't worry about it. So yeah, very happy with the subs on Chilwell left wing. Wasn't really for me, but he silenced me because he had a shot and it was saved, and then we moved. So yeah, I'm gonna hold that one. But it would have been nice to see Tyreek George today. It would have been nice for him to get his debut, but at least he brought on Washington, so we can't complain too much. What else is there? Bro, the penalty. Yeah. So that's where we're ending it. We're ending it on that. I mean, I said it on my watch along. I ain't gonna go on about it for too long, because I don't want to let that overshadow the game. However, some people don't think it matters. I do. I think it's very important that with a team that lacks leadership, and thankfully, shout out to Gallagher, he took responsibility today as captain and he stopped the argument. And for me, it wasn't even like two players trying to be clever and cute and get it was a proper argument. And I don't want to see that on the pitch. I don't want to see that. Especially when, let's be honest, man's putting 8 out of 8 and he's now going for a golden boot. I need you, man, to grow up. You got to grow up, to be honest. You might want to score. You might want to do this. Everybody wants to score. It's a team game. It's not about you. It's a team game. That is our penalty taker. And I would like Pochettino to make that abundantly clear. It's not about letting players decide it on the pitch. We don't let players decide who's marking who on the pitch. We don't let players decide who's doing certain tactical maneuvers and instructions. And everything's meant to be done in training. Everything's meant to be done pre-match. That included. I don't want to see man fighting over a penalty. This is a team. Because what you're doing, whilst you're fighting for this penalty, you are putting off the player that is going to take it. And you're lucky that Cole Palmer is cold. And you're lucky that he is concentrating. And you're lucky that he cannot be touched. He cannot be moved. Because if this was anybody else, they'd miss. And then what? Now we got a problem. Because it's okay when we're doing this at 5-0, 6-0. But what about the times where it hasn't been and Sterling has done it? And I want the same standards every time, whether it's 1-0, 4-0, 5-0. Get serious. Get serious. This is just, we are already in the dumps. We're not leading the league by 10 points and everybody's having a blinder. We are in the trenches. So act like it and get serious. It's not about you. It's about the team. And Pochettino, you need to be a leader. You need to be a leader. You need to set the rules out. They're young and they're clearly going to try and take the piss because that's what young people do. So you need to stand up and say, this is the order. This is the pecking order because I'm the manager and I've seen who the best penalty taker is and I want him to take the penalties. Who lets anybody take it? Anybody can take it because it doesn't matter if we score, lose, miss, what? If I'm a manager, I want to have control over as many things as I can physically possibly control. Why would I leave that to chance? So anybody can take it. Does that mean if Trevor Chalobah feels like it, he's going to take it? No. No, it's not. He hasn't missed. He takes the pens. It's very simple. Then we cut out all of this nonsense. We don't want to be fighting in front of our enemies. We don't want to be fighting in front of our crowd. You have to put performance and results first. And even at this scoreline, he's chasing a golden boot. So he should get preference anyway. He bags them and he's going for a golden boot. So yeah, for me, I just want that to be cut out. I want that to be sorted and organized. I don't know if there's any quotes from Pochettino before we wrap up about that situation. Let me just see. Some people are saying Fabrizio has tweeted. Just sort it out because if you don't sort it out, nobody will. Cole Palmer on penalty tension. I'm the penalty taker. I wanted to take it, so I took it. Everyone wants to take responsibility. We ended up laughing and joking about it, and the manager's spoken to us about it now. So the manager has spoken about it to us now. So that tells me, without reading too much into it, because it's just a quote, that he is now going to make a decision. Good. Should have been done a long time ago. So it's not really something that I'm gonna change my mind on. Like, it's very simple for me. Just pick who the penalty taker is so we can move on. I don't want to see this happening again. But it was a very good penalty. He gets his 4th goal afterwards and we move on. But yeah, I think for a moment that kind of dampened it, but then we moved on. 30 seconds later, we keep it moving. And you know, I like to see young players confident. 100%. I like to see young players confident, but there's a time and a place. You know what I mean? There's a time and a place. If you're that bad, like I said in the watch along, if you're that bad, do it in open play, bro. You don't need the penalties. Noni was ripping it up today. Ripping it. Could have got a goal easily. All right, let's fly through some super chats. Please speak on the pen fight. Yeah, like I said, Ben, like I said, I'm not going to mince my words on that. Some people don't want to hear it or they don't want to talk about it, but I'm talking about it now because when it matters in a big moment, because if you think they're going to stop in a final of the FA Cup, if you think they're not going to pester Palmer then, who's to say they won't? So let's put down the ground rules now. Let's put down the letter of the law now. So then when we go to those finals, or if we go to those finals, or if we get to some positions where we need calm heads and we don't need no back and forth arguments, and now the fans actually think it's an important penalty, we know who the penalty taker is. So let's set the ground rules down now when it's not as important, yeah? So we can be consistent. City will eat you and definitely. Oh, that's mad. Yeah, there's no need for this. There's no need for this. As an Arsenal fan, I know you're hurting. It's been a very tough weekend for you. Sacrificial Sunday. Yeah, I get it. But, you know, focus on Wednesday because I'm going to be watching. The whole world will be watching. It's called a haul, says DH. I discovered Mudrik's position after watching him all year. He's a left back at best. Another Theo Hernandez. He's definitely not a left back. He's not even left-footed. And he ain't inverting. Jackson Madueke have undeserved arrogance. Yeah, I mean, Madueke won it. He scored one in the cup, I think. Jackson, I don't know why he even thought that he was a contender. Like, that would make no sense, but neither of them should be anywhere near it. But this is my thing. This is what I'm going to leave you with. If you shut it down with Sterling earlier on in the season, this doesn't happen. When players sense that they can take the piss and they can decide for themselves, then that's what they'll do. So I'm only going to blame the players to a certain point because the manager has set this precedent. If you want to change this, then do so. You are the manager. You call the shots. And if they don't listen to you, then they sit on the bench. Simple. You don't want to listen to me? Sit on the bench. It's problem solved. And then they will listen. This is a very simple situation to solve. It's not difficult. It's only difficult if you make it difficult. If you don't have any balls, if you don't have any kahunas. It's very simple. I said it in the watch along. It's not about who has the most testosterone that day takes the penalty. Because that's all this is. It's just egos. Whoever has the most testosterone takes the penalty. No, that's not how it works. The penalty taker is the penalty taker. And it's simple as that. My despise to Chelsea grew exponentially this week. We're going to wrap up here, people. Kids growing into men. These things happen. Poch needs to sort it out, but we keep going. Facts. Poch needs to sort it out. Would you do Enzo? No. This is, you see all this? Too much maths. Too much. We're doing too much right now. And we're definitely not doing Enzo Sale talk after one win against Everton, who are in a relegation fight. Yeah, we're not doing that. But yeah. yeah, we're not doing that. But Liao, the ship has sailed on that. We're not getting Liao. Where we need to try and make European football. That's the priority. Based on what was replayed, Palmer won the pen. Yeah, well, I don't know. I thought it was Madueke, but yeah, whoever won the pen, listen, it doesn't matter who wins the pen. Palmer takes the pens. But yeah, smash up the likes. Make sure you subscribe. That's the review. I will speak on Palmer in isolation tomorrow and compare him to, well, not even compare him, just pay homage to him, really, because these stats are crazy. But yeah, until next time, big up your damn selves in a bit, people. Peace.